So there seems to be three models of major club ownership. The cooperative model Arsenal uses, the billionaire-owned teams like Manchester City and Chelsea, and the fan-owned teams like Barcelona. Is there room for all of these three major club ownerships, or do you think that certain approaches are better for the health of the Premier League?
Well, there's certainly room for different approaches and different ownership models. The game has developed a lot in the last 15 to 20 years. The amounts of money at the top end in particular have grown dramatically. So what that means is the pool of possible owners has become narrower and narrower. And especially if the only way you can be successful in football is by losing a fortune and spending massive amounts of money, that's not very attractive to many individual owners or corporate owners or even nation-state owners. You know, that's not really why people want to get involved in sport, just to have a race for whoever loses the most money wins. So we've got to, I think about the health of the game. What would be more healthy is that we have an environment in which football clubs don't have to lose huge amounts of money every year, that they don't give in to the pressures of the public environment we're in, but they're able to think about developing football clubs in a healthy way, developing football in a healthy way. That will be great for fans. And the real question is, how do we create an environment in which that can happen? Because if we do, then we actually begin to widen the pool of owners, because lots of people want to be involved in football. Lots of people would love to be owners of a football club if it meant they didn't have to lose their shirt. Lots of good owners who could bring fantastic things to the game. So my view is, if we can find ways to make football more responsible, to make it more financially viable, then you get better ownership. And better ownership is good for football, and it's good for fans of football.
So what is your view on the financial fair play rule? Do you think it will benefit Arsenal, and what impact will it have on the Premier League?
Well, financial fair play is Europe's attempt to do what I was just talking about, which is to make a more economically rational environment in which all football clubs can operate and therefore make the game more healthy. What's happened is, if we look at Spain, for example, we obviously have some fantastic football being played there by Barcelona and Real Madrid, and this year Atletico Madrid. But many of their clubs are in massive financial difficulty because they're trying to compete with that. And what financial fair play is about was all of these clubs that are on the verge of financial catastrophe in some cases, and certainly under financial pressure. These clubs came together and said, let's try to do something about this, and let's try to have football clubs run on the same way as any person would run their own house budget. You know, you don't spend more than you earn. It's a very basic rule, but it doesn't seem to have applied in football. And that's what the clubs across Europe almost unanimously have been calling for, and UEFA will be bringing that in during the course of the summer and over the course of the next couple of years, and we'll see exactly how they do that. I think that's good for football, because I think it means football clubs will be more healthy. They can make more investments in long-term things like stadiums and fan facilities and training grounds, instead of simply in transfer fees and salaries. And we'll have a better environment in which the game can be played. Will that be good for Arsenal? I think Arsenal will be successful in any world. Whatever happens in the world of football, Arsenal has fantastic attributes which will enable it to be successful. We've got an incredible global fan base. We play in the Premier League, which is the world's leading league. We're based in the international capital city of the world, in London, which is a fantastically diverse and vibrant multicultural centre. and we play a brand of football that people love all around the world. So I think we're going to be successful whatever the environment is, whether financial fair play comes in or not. But I do think financial fair play is good for the game.